You've been lied to about making money online. Shocking, right? Have you ever seen those ads where a guy is standing in front of a Lamborghini telling about like how free he is and how he doesn't work a 9 to 5 because he sells products on Amazon, and you can too. You know the videos, you've seen them a million times. There's even one guy that he can't shoot a video without his arms flapping around, and he's like this and like this and like this and like this. It's very distracting to watch. I think you know who I'm talking about, but like, did they go to a video coach who said you have to be more animated in your videos? So they're like, it's super annoying to watch. Anyway, I don't know, and I don't really care. I just skip all those ads out. That was a fun sidetrack, but let's get back to the point. Gurus and scammers are plentiful online. I wanted to shoot this video to help you spot them easier and give you a couple tips to help you if you really do want to make money online. But first, I have a sponsor. PPC Coach is a sponsor of this video. PPC Coach will teach you how to make money online with the best business model out there. If you want to check them out, go to https://ppc-coach.com/learn-more. All right, so I am PPC Coach. I sponsored my own video. That's my brand and my site and my training. But you should still check it out. I'll put the link in the description for you too. Anywho, let's get back to the lies now. Here's how you can spot a scammer, guru, twit online and avoid them at all costs. Number one, they're super young and standing in front of a Lamborghini telling you how easy it is to make money online. Now, some young guys do have Lamborghinis, okay? Typically, now, not all, but typically they come from money. Daddy or mommy was rich, but 99% of them are not legit at all. So don't fall for that garbage. It's kind of like Ty Lopez, if you know who that is, in his garage in front of all the rented cars and a bookshelf, and he was lying to people the whole time. Don't fall for it. I mean, the guy built a great business empire online, but he did it in a super shifty way. So if you see a Lamborghini and a guy standing in front of it, or even better, the guys that go to an open house and at some big mansion, and they'll stand in front of it and they'll shoot a video and pretend like it's their house, or they'll rent a house and then they'll shoot videos and pretend like that's their home. It's funny. And you go in the bathroom, there's like nothing in it, and the kitchen's completely empty. Anyway, avoid that. Lamborghinis and mansions, not gonna work. Number two, you see a gigantic screenshot for a Shopify store, but nothing else. So what happens is these guys, they'll show you gross revenue only. They'll give you a big fat screenshot that looks so impressive. It's like $100,000, $1 million, $29 million, whatever it may be. They do that because typically one of two things are happening. Number one, they broke even on their store. So after paying for marketing and paying for ads and paying for the base cost of their products and paying for everything else, they actually broke even. Or number two, they lost money, but the screenshot is big. It looks really impressive. And the whole goal of that screenshot is to get you to buy their lame coaching program or course or whatever the hell they're offering. Don't fall for those. Don't fall for big screenshots. They're typically full of crap. And it's just, what attracts people online? A big screenshot. So these guys know that. They know, like, if a fancy car, a big mansion, big screenshots, that's what you want. That draws your attention. That stops you from scrolling through wherever you're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. I don't know if kids scroll on that. I'm not even on there, but TikTok, that kind of thing. So just avoid at all costs, right? The third thing is your gut reaction is to cringe. And what I mean is, my whole life, I'm a huge proponent of following your gut. If it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, and walks like a duck, it isn't a frog, right? Gut reactions are big for me. Use your gut and follow it. If you get a sense something is off, it typically is. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and I cringe a lot. I've seen a lot of Shopify screenshots and I cringe a lot. I know some people will just be out there to trick you. So my advice is follow the old gut. The fourth thing that you want to avoid at all costs, and they're probably going to scam you, if it's a network marketer, and yes, I'm lumping them all together because I can't stand them. My quick story, my mom's ex-boyfriends, he lives now in the same city that I do, and he's like, Will, want to go for a coffee? And I was like, whatever, dude. Okay, let's go. So we went for coffee and sat down, And he's telling me about his business. And he's like, yeah, I do this, this, and this. I'm like, oh, okay, what's your product? And he couldn't tell me what his product was. And I'm like, well, wait, okay. So you want me to come work for you? He's like, no, not for me. He goes, under me. I'm like, that's weird. What do you mean? He's like, no. You bring on more people, and the people that you bring on, then I get paid and you get paid, and then they bring more people on, and then we all get paid, and the more people that come on, the more that get paid. I'm like, okay, so MLM scam, obviously. I'm like, but what's the product? And anytime you ask somebody what a product is, and they can't tell you, it's because it's network marketing. It's like a multi-level marketing scam, typically. So I shouldn't have said network. I should say MLM. But anyway, I do lump them all together. It is awful. I turn them down. I'm like, I don't want to do that at all. That's really weird. That sounds like awful. So the best way to spot these people is you watch their video. If all they talk about is quitting your day job and working online and freedom and how much time they have and they get to go spend time with their grandkids, but they never tell you what they're selling, there's a reason. They're part of a network marketing pyramid scheme. Those scams are the worst. You don't actually sell anything except trying to get people under you to sell to others who are now under you, who sell to others, who are now under them, who sell to others. And it's just awful. There's so many famous pyramid schemes out there and like MLM crap things out there. Moby is one that came crashing down a while back. That stands for My Online Business Institute. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the head of it was a huge scammer. Eventually they all crumble. There's a lot of big, at the time, like internet marketers that jumped on board with it. And all they would shoot is their videos of them in their car with their big paychecks. And you would never know what they're selling because they weren't selling anything. They were just trying to get people to come under them and pay a fee to teach that person how to get more people under them. It's the ultimate in ridiculousness. That's a good show, by the way. Anyway, if Moby, like, it came crashing down, just Google it. M-O-B-I, Moby. Came crashing down a while back. It just met all the criteria of a huge scam. Now, do legit MLM schemes exist? I'm old and I've never seen one, so I would just say steer clear, my friend. I'm not a fan. And if that offends you and you're into like that marketing, network marketing, whatever the hell it is, I don't care. You can unsubscribe to my channel. I don't really want anything to do with you, to be honest, because you're falling for a scam. That's what you're doing. So bye. See you later. Doesn't matter to me. Plenty of fish in the sea, my friend. Anyway, the fifth thing is they use a fake name. So there's a few of these guys out there right now. They typically keep their original first name, but they tack on a fake last name, which is typically another first name. Example, like Melvin David, Paul George, Ricky Bobby. It just screams fake and scam. Like, avoid those at all costs. If someone has to hide their true identity, you have to ask why. And these guys will say to you that, well, my last name is really weird, so I had to add in a simple to remember last name so that people could remember me easier, and that would make it better for all my followers to follow me. And I'm like, no, you did it because you don't want people to track you down and find out that you're really some rich little snot-nosed kid who grew up in a mansion and is now scamming people online. Like, that's typically the story, but these guys love to tell you how they were like homeless or they were broke or they came from nothing and all of a sudden they're these multi-millionaires. Like, these guys are the worst. Just be real careful. If they won't give you their full real name, it's because they're hiding something. That's it. It's not marketing. They don't want you to know the real history behind them. So be very, very careful. That's a huge red flag whenever you see anybody online trying to sell some make money online thing. So number 6, if you see, there's a site called Trustpilot, and they do reviews of businesses. And if you go to Trustpilot, I think it's trustpilot.com, I don't know, and their reviews are way too positive, typically a guru will pay people to put great reviews on Trustpilot. It's a company that's supposed to have real reviews, and they're supposed to vet everybody and make sure they're real, and the company owner can respond and blah, blah, blah. But gurus and scammers will put up, they'll get people to put up great ones. So watch out for that. If the positive review percentage is too high, there's a reason. Typically the numbers were fudged in their favor. So no matter how good you are at something, someone will always complain. I've learned this over the years, and I've been doing this since 2007. And no matter how hard I try or how good I am at my coaching, some dick is going to complain about something at some point, and there's nothing I can do about it except go, okay, so you don't like me, bye. Like, that's it. That's the point I'm at my life. But I think, yeah, be careful. If the bigger you are, the more complaints you're going to have too. So if some huge guru has nothing but glowing reviews, I think it's fudged. So be real careful of that. That's a huge red flag. Anyway, number 7, planted Facebook posts in groups. This happens way too much. And it's like cringe, gut reaction is like, oh, what are you doing? And it's like, well, I'll explain it first. If you're on Facebook, you've already seen these. They start innocent enough. Like, you'll see a post in a huge group that says, hey, does anyone know who has the best Facebook ads course? Seems innocent, right? Well, the scammer did that. Or he paid someone to do that. Or he used one of his fake accounts to ask. Next, he either pays people to recommend him, or he just uses all his fake accounts to recommend himself. I've seen this happen way too many times. And Facebook groups are the worst for this. If you see it and it looks like one person's name is constantly brought up, that's by design. Okay, I'll stop there. This seems like a pretty negative video, and I apologize for that. Some say I'm just a grumpy old man online. Maybe I am, but I'm also very experienced, and I've seen a lot of gurus turn scammers come and go in my lifetime, and I noticed a lot of patterns with them, so I wanted to pass those on to you so you don't get scammed yourself. So with age comes experience and knowledge. You can see I got gray hair, I got a receding hairline, I'm getting old, I got 5 kids, I got wrinkles coming out. That's me. I'm not a young pup. This isn't my first rodeo. A lot of these guys get one business going through the moon, and then they fall apart. You've probably seen a lot of, like, there's a lot of high ticket coaches out there, and their business takes off, and then like 6 months later or a year later or 2 years later, they post a video about how they're like suicidal and depressed, and I'm like, man, that sucks. That's awful. Or they don't have kids, or they don't have a wife, or they haven't been through a divorce, or they haven't been beaten down by life yet. Really. So anyway, I have. And that's what I want to pass on to you to help you. So I'm not saying every single person out there is a scammer. I'm just saying be careful. Hopefully these tips can help you avoid getting burned online. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of more videos coming. I really do appreciate you watching all these. And let me know in the comments of any known scammers or scams out there. Let's discuss it. All the best. I'll see you in the next video.